At the start of May 2023, Dylan and I headed up to the northwest of Scotland for a wee surf trip. The magic seaweed forecast was looking excellent, and it's safe to say that we were buzzing. So we're at Oldshoremore Beach and the surf's just picking up, so happy days, first session, here we go. We based ourselves in Durness, but the surf there was a little small, so because the forecast was showing a bit of west in the swell, we drove round to Oldshoremore on the west coast. Unfortunately, the waves on the west coast were also small, but the forecast was for the swell to build and we were still optimistic. This is a quite stunning beach, which we almost literally had to ourselves, and we maybe saw another 10 people down there that day. The water temperature was around 8 degrees, the surf was small, but the weather was nice and the sun was out. We tried getting in without boots initially, but lasted about 10 seconds, and it wasn't until later that night that we realised we probably should have put some suntan lotion on. Dylan reckoned this was the clearest water he'd ever surfed in, and he was definitely looking a little reddish around the gills that night. I've recently bought an Insta360 camera, and this is the first time I've had it in the water. It's an excellent piece of kit and I'm very impressed with it. On the drive back to Durness, we passed the Kinloch Bearview Hotel, and the view from his beer garden was just too enticing to continue. After a wee pint to rehydrate, which really hit the spot, we drove back to Durness, passing Loch and Chards. The view as we came over the hill was stunning. The hills were looking hazy in the distance, and I just had to get the drone up to try to capture it. This was our pitch at the Sango Sands Oasis campsite in Durness. We had a spot in the cliff top, which gave us a fantastic vantage point over Durness Bay. We thought this would be a great beach to surf, but the waves were never good enough. The next day we headed a few miles east to Ceannabeinne Beach, still hopeful that the swell was building, but unfortunately it wasn't. Dylan looking pensively out to sea. The weather was also much more overcast than the previous day, which reminded us just how much of a difference the wind chill factor makes when you're surfing. There were still some small waves to be had, but it was quite disappointing as the forecast had looked really promising, predicting 3 to 5 foot waves and offshore winds. They did get the offshore winds part correct, as the wave faces were nice and clean, but the swell just didn't materialise as predicted. These are a few of the wipeouts we had. With Dylan and I swapped boards, and I used the shorter board for a while, so we have some up close footage of him for a wee change. An old school friend, Fraser Eady, a Hamilton boy done good, gave us a tour of the famous Smoo Cave, and as part of the VIP tour we even enjoyed a wee late night bevy session in there. I would thoroughly recommend the tour if you're in the area. Fraser is a surfer and a top man. Thanks for all your hospitality, dude. This was my first trip so far west in Sutherland. It really is a beautiful area. We thoroughly enjoyed our visit. We'll undoubtedly be back, and hopefully the next time the waves will live up to the forecast. Now we're back home, but really looking forward to a trip to Biarritz in the summer.